Hey guys, before you check out this video, I just wanted to let you know I recently had the chance to speak with the actual creator of Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy's lightsaber combat, Mark Gumelt. You can find the full interview right here. But I won't waste any more of your time and enjoy the video. It's possible that when I decided to find which Star Wars game had the best lightsaber combat, that I may have missed something. Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy is a direct sequel to Jedi Outcast and sought to build upon the foundation that Outcast's lightsaber combat established. But did Jedi Academy really have the best lightsaber combat ever? Well, let's find out. Released only a year after Jedi Outcast, Jedi Academy feels less like a fully fledged sequel and more like a glorified expansion pack to Jedi Outcast. Lightsaber combat maintains the refined and permissive qualities of its precursor, only controls are noticeably tighter and force abilities are more powerful. Players are also able to craft their own bespoke avatar and build their own lightsaber. However, for all of these minor changes, when you compare footage of Outcast and Academy side by side, it's hard to extract any blatantly obvious differences. Though, that's not to say that Jedi Academy doesn't implement any new features. The major new additions to Academy's combat are the dual and double-sided lightsabers, each with their own individual stance and animations. The new saber types acclimate to the combat system intuitively and instantly bestow combat with a welcome sense of variety. Dueling with Sith warriors that wield these new saber types also provides a refreshing diversity to gameplay, organically building upon the feeling of freedom so wonderfully captured in Jedi Outcast. It creates an almost rock, paper, scissors dynamic to gameplay, where you weigh up the strengths and weaknesses of each weapon and do battle accordingly. And when it comes to dueling, you'll be doing far more in Jedi Academy than you ever did in Jedi Outcast. The overall emphasis that's placed on the lightsaber in Jedi Academy is immediately noticeable. You actually begin the game with the lightsaber this time, as opposed to Jedi Outcast, which waited the better part of 3 hours to do the same. This focus on the lightsaber trickles down to the game's design. Not only are you forced to take less firearms on missions than in Jedi Outcast, but the sheer number of lightsaber duels you engage in is essentially doubled. So it's not the gameplay mechanics that single-handedly determine the quality of Jedi Academy's lightsaber combat, but also the design that facilitates and highlights it as the cornerstone of the experience. In conclusion, the new saber types, customization options, and greater volume of lightsaber encounters come together to make Jedi Academy the definitive lightsaber combat experience. But wait, the video's not over just yet. Following its release in 2003, Jedi Academy enjoyed an extremely loyal and dedicated modding community that's given rise to a plethora of interesting and innovative mods that have sought to improve upon the base game and provide gamers with an infinite supply of Star Wars memories. The most popular of these mods is Movie Battles 2, which incorporates new maps, classes, game modes, and an overhauled lightsaber combat system that's considered by many to be the best of its kind. To get an inside perspective on why a mod that's been active for over a decade still remains so highly revered, I spoke with Sev, the European administrator for Movie Battles 2. What did you feel was missing in Jedi Academy that was made available in Movie Battles 2?
I did enjoy the combat in Jedi Academy. It was very fun, but the biggest thing for me was the blocking system, which basically enabled you to walk around like normal human beings and bash at each other and not have to jump around and dodge quite so much. When you add a blocking system and a number of other mechanics, it sort of feels very different when you attack and defend and fight. I guess the biggest thing comparing Movie Battles to the original base game would be the flagship feature, if you will, of Movie Battles, which is open mode combat, where you can be all sorts of different classes.
You have quite a good idea of the community of Movie Battles 2, being an admin. How would you describe the community of Movie Battles 2?
We've got quite a community on our hands here. I mean, we've got a number of veteran players who have been around since the dawn of time, and we've got a constant influx of new players as well. And overall, I think the community is friendly enough, but you have to have a thick skin sometimes because we got a few trolls here and there,
So is the community quite large for Movie Battles 2? Can you give me any indication of how big it is?
In 2016, right after The Force Awakens came out, we got a peak population of 414 concurrent players. I don't know we got quite as many players nowadays, maybe around 200. 250, I see. It's not a big community, but it's not small enough that you have to be worried about not finding anyone to play with, because there's always someone on. And we used to have a quite sizable Australian community, actually, but I don't know what happened to them. They sort of faded away, which was a shame.
I'm sure we got drunk and decided to do something else, maybe. That's quite a small community, really, but it's obviously consistent and loyal. You must get to know each other quite well.
Yeah. In the past, we used to basically, sometimes we played with aliases. Like, we didn't play with our real names because there was no need for it on dual servers, because everyone could recognize each other's playing style. Because movie battles, the lightsaber system is very individualistic in a sense, because you can have a very specific play style. The other people can recognize you for that play style and basically say, oh, it's that guy because he's doing these attacks.
So players genuinely have their own signature styles that you can actually tell by the way they play.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, but some players have some very annoying styles as well. I have to mention that.
So Jedi Academy is now 14 years old. Why do you think people are still coming back for more?
There hasn't ever been a Star Wars game quite like that released since Jedi Academy. You know, there's always been some Star Wars game, some new venture into Star Wars. Let's try and make a new game of this franchise, but they didn't quite hit it the way Jedi Academy and Jedi Outcast did. The way the combat system works was really quite revolutionary, because you've got so much freedom to control the lightsaber. The games that came afterwards, they tried different things, but they were mostly going for a sort of a cool factor rather than basically just a very in-depth combat system.
You look at an upcoming Star Wars game like Battlefront 2 from DICE, and that's also got lightsaber combat. What would you say to a player who wants to play a game like that? What do you think movie battles can offer them that a game like Battlefront 2 can't?
While the graphics might be good in a game like the new Battlefront, I don't think that the lightsaber combat has quite the same gravitas and depth of skill. So if you want something a bit more in depth, I suppose you can go to movie battles instead of a more sort of superficial title like Battlefront, which is just meant to be really cool to play for a couple of hours. You know, movie battles you can play for a lifetime and still not be the best at it.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you today, Sev. I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for talking with me.
Yeah, cool, man. No problem.
All right, see ya.
See ya.
When I originally tried to find which Star Wars game had the best lightsaber combat, it was essentially a rhetorical question, the answer of which exists within everyone's own individual opinions. So it's been awesome to see you guys engage in the comments. We've seen love shown for LEGO Star Wars, Obi-Wan on the original Xbox, and Revenge of the Sith, to name a few. So thank you for being so vocal and letting me know just how much some of you loved Jedi Academy. I wouldn't have made this video without you. And if you want to check out the conclusion of my lightsaber combat discussion, take a look at the awesome interview I did with the creator of Jedi Outcast and Academy's lightsaber combat, Mike Qmelt. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Please chime in down in the comments below if you still feel like I missed any of your favorites, like this video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying my content, and I'll see you next time.